Hi, Elli.
Hello.
So, can you explain us how long you've been here and what's your project?
Yes, so I've been here since August 2019. That's when we bought the land, and when we bought it, the land was completely sprayed with herbicide, so there was no one grass, nothing. Was like a desert. Yeah, that's our mission now, is to regenerate the piece of land that we saw as a desert. And we are trying with everything that we can do. We try. So we transplant grasses. Everything is welcome in this land. For us, there is no invasive plant. This is something that we hear really often. This one you can plant, is invasive. This one is forbidden, is invasive. There is nothing invasive if you manage it. This is what I like about the syntropic agriculture. There is something that we are recently starting to do over here. There is no competition in nature. There is just cooperation. Competition is a concept that humans have it. There is not existing in nature. In nature, there is just cooperation.
And what do you have here?
Well, now it's a little bit empty because it's our first winter veggie garden, but the snails got it first. So this is called the wicking bed, and the concept is you have a waterproof container. Can be anything waterproof. In this case, we use bathtub because our local second-hand shop had a lot, and the guy working there keep it for me. And the concept is, as here in Catalonia we have a lot of sun in the summer, and as we don't have water in this piece of land, we rely on rainwater. The idea is to avoid the evaporation. So what you have here on the bottom, there are 20 centimeters of water storage. Then we put fruit crates upside down to make this 20 centimeter water storage. On top there is this geotextile that it's allowed the water to wick up. That's why it's called a wicking bed. But the roots can't go down. And for capillarity, the water comes up. And then here, well, there is an old sock we like recycling. This is the overflow. So in case it's raining too much or there is too much water, the water will come out from here. And that's the only way we could grow something. This summer was really good. We are really pleased because we had a lot of veggies. We could also freeze them. We could do some preparation, put them in oil. So it's a learning curve, and we can just get better and better, you know. So let me think, where is a good line, because there are a lot of things growing here. It's known. Everything who grows from seeds in the place where you put the seeds is gonna be more resilient compared to an adult tree that you will transplant it. Look, this is an example. They are really small.
Yes.
But
what is that?
this is a leucocephala. There is this tree here. This is something that is working really good in our place. Is a nitrogen fixer trees. It's from the family of the Fabaceae, and this is gonna get used to chop and drop. One of the syntropic fundamental is to do biomass on site, and to do this you use multiple stratas. It's a little bit like in the forest, you know. In a forest you don't have just trees and nothing under. In the forest you have an emergent trees that are the highest one, and different stratas on the bottom. So you have the bushes, and then the grasses, and then all the things that you don't see but they are under, like the mushroom. And that's something that we want to do here as well. So what we try to do is to have different stratas. For example, we have something that it creeps on the floor. Then we have some stuff like this that is a succulent, but we use it as basically as a herb that we chop and drop with the grasses as well. And hopefully we can speed up the ecological succession, because nature tend to be a forest. Nature tend to be a forest. What is happening, if you see any places, first is coming grasses, then is coming bushes, then they're coming trees. And what Syntropic is doing is put everything in once, so that instead of 100 years, you can speed these successions. And hopefully in the next 20 years, we will have a forest over here. What we need to do is the maintenance, of course. There is a lot of chop and dropping to do. So most of the time I spend my day with scissor, just cutting really carefully grasses. At the moment it's just grasses. In the future it's gonna be these trees, hopefully. There was nothing, it was impossible even to make a hole in this ground. And now we are already, you can see, there are already a few centimeters of good soil, you know. And it smells good and it looks good. We just have to keep it alive. A lot of people tell me, oh, how are you gonna harvest your olives once that this one will grow up? I will find a way. First of all, I need to prune back the olives. But for me it's not so important. Like, for me it's more important the forest than to harvest the olives. And also when we have a olive harvest, we always leave a 20% of the olives for the animals, you know, for the birds, for the dogs. They love it as well. Because sharing is caring. But humans are so far away from nature that they lost the logic of it. They can't think anymore in this way. But it takes really little, you know. I didn't study this.
I know.
No, it's all do it yourself. I read and I spoke with other people doing this, and I got passionate about it. And I believe that this is something that is touching everybody if you just experience it. You can feel it. People who work with the soil, they are much happier, healthier, and yeah.
So you are doing this kind of beds in the whole land?
Well, it didn't start like this. It started just as a swale. You can't see it now, but there is a dip. So the idea is they are on contour. Means that when the rain comes, as the land has a little slope, the water runs in this way. So it's sunk here and goes under. And what we want to do is to do more and more of this, so that every time that is raining, the land can store more and more water. Also, we have some accumulation lines. So we have some lines where we didn't put any trees. And we just have stuff like succulents and prickly pears, because this one, when they will grow, they will just get chopped and let it on the floor. And yeah, we invested in a wood chipper. So that we can cover every centimeter of the ground. Because what we absolutely don't want is a bare soil. We don't give them anything to make them laying eggs. So we don't give them the food for laying eggs, because if they don't want to lay, they are just free not to lay. So that's the ladies. Hello, babies. Also, we really don't want that there is any competition between them. So what we do is we put a lot of food around. And also far away so that they can just not fight. Yeah, we can have a look if there is any eggs. Oh wow, yeah, that's quite a lot. Oh wow, look at this.
Wow.
That's massive. Yeah, we are going, come on. Yeah. Are we having silly time now? We start to run in love.
I can see why you fell in love with this place, no?
Yeah, it's in the morning. El Port is all pink. I love to wake up early and see the colors. You feel so alive. Plus there is a mountain who looks like John Lennon looking at the sky. I
Let
don't
me
know.
see.
It's like there, it's just like a face. Looks like a lame John Lennon looking at the sky.
I see, yes.
Yeah, as I said, we don't have TV, so plenty of imagination.
So what's your routine normally in a normal day?
Well, I wake up early in the morning. I try not to step on cats that are really hungry. And then I feed the cats, I have my coffee, then we feed the dogs, we feed all the animals, and then we start on the land. Normally there is always cuttings to do, grasses to cut, managing things. Sometimes you have to repair things. Every day is different, you know, and that's what I like, to not have a routine. And then this is my favorite part of the day when I walk the goats. It's like my meditation. And now in the winter time, when the sun goes down, we go inside, and as soon as it's dark we switch on the wood burner and then we can read a book. Now that we have electricity in the house, we can actually read a book. Yeah, but really this kind of lifestyles made me appreciate such obvious things. Running hot water, normal things for our society. You know, we didn't have this one till this year. And you are happy with the little things, really. Yeah, then of course we also have little jobs here and there, but jobs shouldn't be the main part of a person's life.
Yeah. So you feel much fulfilled now with this life, and when you used to work like in a, let's say, normal job in the city?
Yes, I don't have anymore this feeling that my life is just passing by and I'm just watching it day after day. It's like I found a purpose. I really found a purpose that I didn't have before. Before, my purpose was to work to pay a rent of a house where I wasn't staying because I was working. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how strong are these olive trees, you know? Sometimes I feel them screaming, just like, hey, we are alone, we want some friends, give us some friends, please. So instead of scraping it, putting herbicide, roll it down so that it's all flat, but need to be done is you open it once with a big machine, because the life is there, is just buried. But you open the soil and the seeds that are in there, they will get reactivated, you know. It will be much alive, but it's so dead, you know. There is nothing in that soil, nothing. There is no one life, there is no little insect, there is nothing. I hope that more people will get aware, you know, of we are killing our planet, and that we need to act 20 years ago. Not now. Now is already too late. But it's better late than never, I guess. You mean advice?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Which advice?
Actually, okay, the first advice is don't give up. Don't give up. We always say that we go through agriculture depression. Sometimes it's so hard. Sometimes it's so hard that you think, I go away. Let's just leave it. Let's go somewhere else where things are easier, you know, where you just plant something and it grows straight away. No, this is not what we need. We need to be on our goal. We need to perseverate. Then, of course, to observe what's around, because it's around us. It took us 5 years before understanding that we needed to use this. So what we do now is we literally relocate them, as they have a really I can show you, look. Whoa, you see?
Yeah.
It's really easy to relocate them. The roots are really small, so what we do is we pull them, we plant them in our place. Obviously we try not to take a lot, but it's not a problem. Yeah, and then sometimes this is happening, they get pruned before we can plant them, but it's okay, we will chop them anyway while planting it. Other advice, don't put your expectation too high. Start little. Start with the easy things. Start with, if you are on a land that has no water, start with the things who can grow without water. So cactus, opuntia, prickly pear, agave. Start with these things, because the key is there, you know. You can chop them and then you have material. What else? Try to keep as much water as possible in your land. Literally making swales, channels, so when it's raining the water stays and it's just not running away. And be patient. This is also something that we lost. We are so used to have everything now. It's just there, one click, done, you have it. Nature doesn't work like this. You have to wait. You have to learn to wait. But waiting is good. If you observe, you don't even see it, that the time is going so slow. If you see it growing, you know, you start to see the little things. Every time that I see a new grass, a new kind of plant, is a joy. Is really a joy. The finca is called Pantarei. That is from Heraclitus, and means everything change, everything flow. You can't never step in the same river twice. So you step in the river and the second after is a different river, and we want exactly the same in our land, that every time is a different land, every second is a different land, because there are different bugs, different plants, different dynamics. And we could see this, we could see this. The first year the first year were so hard because everything that we were getting were pests. So I remember one summer, the snails were so many, you couldn't walk. Or another time we had the saltamontes.
Grasshoppers.
Yes, grasshoppers. You were stepping and they were just flying and they were eating everything that was coming up. But it's part of the process, you know. You have to deal with it. Now things are changing. You see, it's evolving. New seeds are coming up because they are there. The changing is already there. You just need to wait and help, and you can see it around the abandoned land as well. A lot of time we just come here and see.
Thank you very much, Elli. I think it's very inspiring what you're doing here.
Thanks. I hope more and more people will do this. I mean, there are already a lot of people, you know. That's also really important to not feel alone in this journey. So to find a community of people who share the same view, who share the same problems, so you can help each other, because together is better. You see it in the nature, and we should do it as well.